I'm like,
Right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Dearborn Board of Education Special P12 meeting. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. It is 6:02. I call this meeting to order. Mr. Secretary, can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Al-Jahmi.
here.
Trustee D'Ambrosio.
Here.
Trustee Petlichkov.
Here.
Trustee Zahar here. President Mozip.
Here. I'll be leading everybody with the Pledge of Allegiance. We all can rise, please, if you're able to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So the purpose of this special meeting that we are having today, and also we're having on Thursdays, to conduct board member interviews for the vacancy that we do currently have. Pursuant to our last meeting at the college, we have discussed this kind of quote-unquote interview process. We'll be conducting interviews for 35 applicants. As two have withdrawn their application. I'm hearing now more people have withdrew their application as well, so that brings the number down. The applicants were sent the questions the board members have selected. Each applicant will be given 5 minutes to answer. And I will be giving a fair warning once they reach the 4.5-minute mark. There will be no follow-up questions, no interruptions to the applicant. I understand that 5 minutes might be too short, but unfortunately, with the number of applicants that we have, the majority of the board felt giving more time would yield unfair advantage to the people who are interviewing last. We'll be conducting interviews today and Thursday. Both days we'll hear from citizens as well in citizen participation section. And on Thursday at the conclusion of the meeting, we'll be discussing the selection process for both vacancies. We will also have a special meeting prior to the board meeting on September 8th to make the selection and fill the 2 vacancies. Any questions from the trustees before we start with our first interviewee? Okay, seeing none, we first have Mr. Stephen Hernandez. The questions were as follows. The question 1, why are you interested in serving on the Board of Trustees at this time? And what specific skills or qualifications do you believe you would bring to the board? The second question was, what do you see the roles and responsibilities of a school board member? And question 3 was, identify a recent board decision that you felt strongly about and describe how would you balance community concerns, student needs, state and federal law, staff considerations, and your personal values and beliefs to determine your vote on the issue. Mr. Hernandez, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, board members. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you this evening. Again, my name is Stephen Hernandez, and perhaps like many of the students in the district, I myself am the first generation child of immigrants. My mother and father are both from Mexico. I'm a product of public school education. Well, I did not go to Dearborn Public Schools. Just a few towns over, I went to Garden City Public Schools. I see this opportunity as a great opportunity for me to give back to the public school education system, which provided so much an opportunity for myself and for my siblings. My father had a very limited education in the village of Mexico where he grew up, so he really drilled into myself and my siblings the importance of education. So through his hard work, through my own efforts, went through college, I am now a white-collar worker. So my father, blue-collar hero, like many of the dads in the district, he wanted something different for myself and for my siblings. So in terms of my qualifications, I work in corporate philanthropy. I have more than 10 years plus of grants management experience, corporate oversight, board facilitation, board recruitment and management, nonprofit consulting work, budget review, and compliance matters of all different types. In terms of my on-the-paper qualifications, those are some of the things I would bring to this board. So a really strong commitment to ethics, budgetary oversight, maintaining rules and regulations. That's a big part of my day job. Perhaps of more importance, though, is that I'm very proud to be a father to 3 different kids in 3 different schools in the district. I have 1 at Snow, 1 at Stout, and 1 in the high school. So drop off and pick up time can be an interesting adventure from time to time. I am very proud to be a husband to a teacher in the district. So the issues and concerns that we would potentially review together as trustees would not be a theoretical thing. This would be something that's very personal to me because of my kids are in the district, my wife is in the district. So I would really hope to marry those 2 things with my qualifications in terms of, as I said, corporate oversight, budgetary concern, recruitment and management of an executive, or in this case, a superintendent. So those are the qualifications and personal desires that I have to join this board. With regards to the roles and responsibilities as I see it for a board of trustees, I go back to that compliance perspective. My job, I feel, my role that I would bring to this board is that strong commitment to high ethics, high ethical standards with regards to the budgets, the grants, the federal and state funding that the board has to review and oversee. This board obviously must be concerned itself with providing open and honest feedback to the communities that we serve. That's something I have a great personal commitment to, with whether it's in regards to developing processes and procedures, hiring and recruiting and hiring, and providing feedback and management to high-level staff like the superintendent. So the upcoming board members would be part of that very, very important decision to recruit that next superintendent, to really set the next stage for the district. So that's a huge responsibility that I would take incredibly seriously. With regards to question 3, a board decision that I felt very strongly about was the borderline exemption discussion that happened last year. To me, the borderline exemption, the ability for DPS staff to have their children attend the schools where they worked, I felt was a very, very important non-monetary part of the total compensation. You know, as a board, it is our responsibility to be able to recruit and retain the best and brightest teachers. Having that borderline exemption, maintaining that for them. Our teachers who work year in, year out, they miss all the special days and opportunities, often with their own children. So having them there at the schools that they work at, I feel was a really important thing to balance those communities, to make the staff happy, and really kind of make this school, make this district a really important and desirable place to work. So maintaining the borderline exemption, I felt was a great example of that delicate balance that trustees must strike to retain teachers, please the students, and balance out community needs. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Thank you. Thank you for applying.
Chair,
Next,
Sorry,
yes.
President. Does that iPad have a timer on it?
Yes.
Okay, so
It
they
does?
see the timer?
They do,
Okay, great.
okay.
So we don't have to say 30 seconds? Like,
I-
that's okay, I just.
Just to
'cause I
give
don't
them
wanna
the
feel like
benefit
we're
of the doubt,
introduced
yeah.
or
Sometimes when they're
interrupted.
focused, they might not
Yeah, just so
be
they don't feel
Seeing it.
interrupted or anything.
Miss Manar Saidi is next. David?
Mike Casale.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Ms. Saidi. So you already have the questions. You have 5 minutes.
I
I'll
do.
give you just a fair warning when you reach the 4.5-minute mark.
All right. I do have my cheat sheet, so.
All right, floor is yours.
All right, good evening. My name is Manar Saidi, Jamie, and I want to thank you for this opportunity, first of all, for allowing me to interview for this role. As a parent, as a professional, as a proud member of the Dearborn, Yemeni and Lebanese community, I'm honored to share why I feel I was called to serve this time. So for the first question, why are you interested in serving on the Board of Trustees at this time, and what specific skills qualifications do you believe you would bring to the board? So I'm deeply invested in Dearborn Public Schools because of my children, my family, my community. I have 4 children, 2 of which have gone through several of our Dearborn Public Schools, elementary, middle school, and high schools. Both were awarded a collegiate to become the collegiate program. One is currently still enrolled. Another of my children will begin in December in public school, in Dearborn Public School. My family's connection to the district is one that is longstanding and it is ongoing. I want to ensure that every child in the district gets a part to succeed, similar to what my children have gone through. This is also an opportunity for my family connections in the district as well, as my husband owns a local restaurant that has partnered with classrooms, and some teachers have encouraged their students to write letters to their favorite restaurants. That response was partnering with these students and bringing them to the restaurant, with allowing them to experience that. And that type of engagement really is a lasting memory for these students, and it just shows how deeply my family is tied to this community. Professionally, I serve as a supervisor of operations quality in Corewell Health in the corporate side. In this role, I lead teams to ensure that we have accountability and fairness, and also use a lot of data-driven decisions, make a lot of data-driven decisions in all the complex environments of the healthcare. I also serve as an ambassador on a Culture and Diversity Council for the system, in addition to my role as a culture lead for one of our business resource groups, which is the Next Professional Network. In addition to that, I also have led several mentoring circle programs for the system, for the entire Corewell Priority Health System. I do believe I can serve as a trustee who understands both the needs of families and the importance of strong, transparent governance. For question 2, what do you see the roles and responsibilities of the school board member? I do believe that a school board member, first and foremost, is a steward of the community's trust. Trustees are responsible for setting visions, approving policies, and also ensuring that the resources are applied, and not necessarily that, but also applied fairly. It's not to manage the day-to-day operations, but it is to collaborate with administrators and educators as well. In Dearborn, this also means a bridge between our diverse community and the district. As someone who is Yemeni and married into a Lebanese family, I know how important it is for families to feel represented and heard. Trustees may engage with parents and community members to listen with empathy and ensure that every decision keeps students at the center. Above all, I do believe that the guiding question for any board member should be, does this help our students succeed emotionally and physically and also socially? For the third question, to identify a recent board decision that I felt strongly about. One area I felt strongly about was the discussion around access to educational resources, including books in our schools. This has been a very important conversation in Dearborn, and it reflects the complexity of balancing diverse perspectives. If I were making a decision like this as a trustee, I would begin with students. Students must have access to age-appropriate, high-quality resources that support their learning and reflect the diversity of their community. I would also respect state and federal laws on non-discrimination and access to education. And I would listen to the expertise of our teachers and staff who work with these resources every day. At the same time, I know how important community voices are. So again, as someone who is from the Dearborn's Yemeni community and married into a
Your
Lebanese
time is
family.
up, Ms. Sadie. To be fair to all of the
Yep,
candidates.
absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for applying.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next candidate is Mr. James Thorpe.
President, maybe we should also just remind them that they have this timer in front of, like in the beginning. they say,
Okay,
Hey, you have
sure.
a timer in front of you.
Yeah.
Just in case they don't know.
Good evening, Mr. Thorpe. You do have 5 minutes to the questions that were provided to you. We won't interrupt you. You do have a timer in front of you. I'll give you a fair warning when you reach the 4.5-minute mark. The floor is yours.
Good evening, trustees. My name is Jim Thorpe. This is my 4th time participating in this exercise, twice as an applicant and twice while serving on the board. I thank you for your service. I know this is a challenging time to be a trustee. I'm interested in applying for the board position to help out in a current time of need. The district is going through a lot of change, needing to search for a new superintendent, a new college president, and the possibility of an infrastructure bond in a couple of years, in addition to all the other day-to-day things that you're currently dealing with. The role of a board member is to approve the budget on an annual basis, to oversee both in the hiring and evaluation of the college president and the superintendent of the school district. It is also to set the policies for the school district and to help set the vision and strategic plan of the district. What a board trustee's job is not to do is to solve everybody's problems. And through 8 years serving on the board, when people would come to me with various questions and concerns, I would just do my best to make sure that they were being directed to the people that could help answer everything that they had. In terms of current board decisions that I feel strongly about, since stepping off the board last January, I've still followed what's going on. I know there's some things that are beyond the board's control, like budget at a federal and state level. But through the last 8 years, we dealt with so many different crises, whether it was the school book issue, COVID, both the start and coming out of COVID, redistricting, busing. There's so many different things that there's not any one thing that I could point to right now and just say that I feel strongly about it, but I know that these are very emotional times for many people. And what I learned to do through those years was just to talk to people in various positions, gain knowledge, gain their experience, and do what I thought was in the best interest of our students, our staff, and our community through all of those. In closing, what I would say is what I am offering is a bridge for the board to the next election. This is a trying time that you are either relearning or learning about, again, with 2 different searches commencing, the infrastructure bond, like I mentioned, and everything else. So what I'm looking to do is be able to help out till the next election cycle to provide the experience that I've gained both through serving this board as a director of the Michigan Association of School Boards and through other organizations throughout the community, just to make sure that and to help all the trustees be in the best position possible.
Still have 1 minute and 40 seconds if you'd like to add anything else.
No, it's not a conversation, so I can't ask you guys how you've been. But again, I would say, having been through this process, I know this is a tough process to go through. It's exciting to see that you've got so many people interested in applying, but I know that does not make the decision any easier. So what I can do is give you back a little time in your day to talk to the rest of the candidates. Again, I thank you for your time. I look forward to an opportunity to work with you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Thorpe. Next applicant is Mr. Joseph Mary.
Evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mary. You have 5 minutes to the questions that we provided to you. There's a timer on the screens and also in front of you. I'll give you a fair warning at the 4.5-minute mark.
Thank you.
Floor is yours.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for having me today. Appreciate the time. Going based off the questions, the first question, why am I interested in joining the school board? I firmly believe that strong schools lead to a strong city. If you know anything about me, highly engaged in the community. I love Dearborn. I live in Dearborn, been here a long time, been engaged in the community a long time. And I really care about the city. And I think that the schools are an integral part of having a successful city. I have a love for learning and education. If you've looked at my resume, you know I've been through many educational programs. I have 2 undergrad degrees, 2 masters, and a PhD. I love to learn, and I think education education I received was instrumental into me achieving the career of my dreams. And I want to make sure that our students within Dearborn have those same opportunities to learn, to become educated so they can fulfill what they want to do in life. I have a focus on fiscal responsibility. As a taxpayer in Dearborn, as invested in this community, I want to make sure that we are using our tax money appropriately and fiscally responsibly. The schools has a very large budget. It's a very big part of our taxes, and I want to make sure that we are being fiscally responsible as well, and I think I can contribute to that given my background. As you know, I'm the fire chief, and I'm responsible for multi-million-dollar budgets, develop our budget, I manage our budget, and every year for 13 years, I've made our budget right on target. So I have a lot of experience with budgets. I've also had a lot of experience with grants, written many grants, been awarded many grants, managed many grants. I think I can contribute to the school board in that capacity as well. I also have a lot of connections in the community. So I'm probably not a stranger to anyone on the board. I know most of you and have relationships with most of you, some more than others, but we are all out there. We know that being in the community is part of this role. And I think I've been out there. I think everybody knows me, how engaged I am with this community. And I think that's an important part that I want to bring to this board as well. And one thing about me, if you know my history, doesn't matter if it's West End, East End, South End, Dearborn Heights, I have relationships everywhere. I work with everybody, I work with all groups, listen to everybody, and I think I can bring that to the board as well. And I also think it's a very important time. So there's obviously some very big decisions that need to be made by the board very quickly with the departure of our superintendent and the college president. These are two very big positions that are going to really lead us into the future and share their vision with our students, and very important that we get these right. And I think the board has done a tremendous job so far in preparing for that. And I think I could also contribute to the board, just given my history with this community, given my relationships out there, understanding this community, and really being able to focus on what our community needs in the next superintendent, the next president of Henry Ford. See, as the roles and responsibilities for school board members, obviously there's a lot of responsibilities. Can't focus on all of them due to time constraints, but budget's obviously number one. Developing the budget, or approving the budget, managing the budget. Like I said, I do have a lot of experience with multi-million-dollar budgets. I think I can be effective in that role. Policy, in my current role as fire chief, I develop a lot of policy, and that's another responsibility of the board members. So I think I can contribute in that way. And obviously hiring. So we have the 2 positions we spoke about, 2 top executives. I do a lot of hiring in my positions, and I do a lot of research. I think I can contribute there. As far as a decision that the board has made recently, it's one that's been made and ongoing, is facility infrastructure. I've been very impressed with how the board has been handling that so far. Think you guys have done your due diligence. I'm willing to contribute in that capacity as well. Just the other night, we're talking about the SEMSEC at Henry Ford, and obviously with these costs increasing and everything, we had to make some changes. But I think that if you do that, if you do the research, you're open, you communicate well, that you'll be successful. And potentially we have many other projects coming up infrastructure-wise, and I think I can help, given my relationships in the community, to help inform our residents, educate our residents, and get the support that we need to get the funding, make sure we have the funding to make sure that their students have great places to be educated.
Thank you, Mr. Murray, for your time.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Next is Mr. Munir Alumuraisy. Mr. Alumuraisy, you have 5 minutes to answer the questions that were provided to you.
Yes.
And I'll give you just a fair warning at the 4.5 minute, and the timers are in front of you, so you could be aware of the time. Floor is yours.
Should I read
Go ahead.
the question or just answer?
Just answer the questions. The questions were already read.
Okay, why interested in serving on the board of trustee at the time and what specific skills or qualification? Well, first I'm a father. I have 3 kids. They go into Dearborn school. I watch their grown up. I watch their participate in school. When they come back, we sit together on a table. We ask them. We talk each other. I put some notice what they want, what they miss, what they think the school need to be improved. From that point, when I saw this advertising, I said, I will be there for them and for all students in my kids' age. Number 2, responsibility is for school board member will be a vision, will be a finance review, will be hiring the superintendent, and also watching the school process what's going. Remarks also very important for the school board member. If there's any shortage in the service, the goals are not met, so it has to be reviewed and just discuss and have a meeting with it. Identify a recent board decision that you felt strongly about and describe how you would balance community concerns, students' needs, state and federal law, staff consideration, and your personal values and belief to determine your vote on that issue. Well, there's 3 section here we will talk about. First one, technology. Second one, time. And third, trust. We have to plant a trust in our students and our kids going to school. When these kids go to school, the parents in home, they feel safe. That building have to be safe for them. So safety for kids, very important. Technology, how to use technology nowadays technology to employ this technology for the kids, how to be updated with the technology for the kids, what will they need, and not to make this technology control the kids, but use the technology for the kids' needs. As I said, technology safety, and number 3 is also review, always continuous review, all the time review with the kids, how the technology will help them, how to be accessed, and how that time, also the time, how to use the time to employ technology in the kids' future. Yep.
You still have
I have
2
still have
minutes
time.
and
Okay.
a half if you'd like
Good.
to add anything
Okay.
that
Yes.
we consider.
Yep. Time, also time very important. How to invest time in the kids and the children. They go to school. How to outline their time, going to school, coming back, not to waste it. Respect and respecting also how to grow. I mean, teach our kids to be respecting school, respecting their teacher, parent when they go visit the schools. Also the safety, also the communication between parent and schools has to be a more valuable. Right now we have emails they go from the schools and to the parents, but still emails is not that effective factor. We need to be like very meeting like every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, every month, 1 week, like 1 month, 1 time a month to be meeting between parents and school. So email factor, they use it right now, Dearborn Public School, but I don't think it's effective. Meeting is very, very important, and to get very close, how we know about kids, how we know about the school. The cardboard they send to the school, to the homes is still good also, but still not that much like face-to-face meeting. Face-to-face meeting will solve a lot of problem, will also be like for the kids when the parents come to the school and meeting with the school teachers once a month. That will help the kids also to be in concern and
30 seconds. Yeah.
yeah, to be concerned and to put in their mind that there's someone watching after them. Our culture has to be also maintained. We live in this Dearborn, in this city, Dearborn, this multicultural, multi-ethnicity, but we have to have our culture to be reserved and also be watching from time to time. I'm not saying like separate kids for boys and girls from in a school, in a one class, no, but have to be, the background have to be taken in consideration. We don't want to the kids feel the school is different environment than
Your time
the
is up.
house.
Thank you, Mr. Alumuraisy, for applying. Appreciate it. Next is Mr. Mohamed Hammoud.
President Mozip, could we ask someone to move the mic a little closer to the speakers if possible?
David, can you?
Just so,
Can I do it?
yeah, you have to ask Muslim. He's in charge.
Welcome, Mr. Hammoud. Thank you for applying. You have 5 minutes. The questions were already provided to you. The timers are on the screen as well as in front of you. I'll give you a fair warning at the 4.5-minute mark. The floor is yours.
Good evening. My name is Mohamed Hammoud. My resume and experience show that I'm not just a regular candidate, but a strong candidate. My commitment is both personal and professional. Born and raised in Dearborn, a student that attends Maples Elementary, and a product of its own schools. My investment to our community is multi-generational. Professionally, I bring 3 qualifications. 1, governance experience. Currently serving on the Board of Education, Dearborn Board of Education, currently serving on the Dearborn Education Foundation and the Dearborn Chambers of Commerce, serving as a role member, as a board member, has given me direct insight into the job of a board member. For example, with regards to oversight, policy, and strategic direction. Last year, the Dearborn Education Foundation awarded over $180,000 in scholarships and grants to our teachers and students. Legal analysis. As an attorney based in Dearborn, I am trained to dissect complex problems, negotiate contracts, interpret policies, and make evidence-based decisions. All crucial skills for this board. And finally, community leadership. As a general counsel of Al Huda Islamic Association, one of Dearborn's largest mosques, I have developed strong leadership skills and governance skills, ensuring organizational accountability and fostering community engagement. How I see my role and responsibility on this as a school board member is really 3-folded. 1, strategic oversight. 2, having a fiduciary duty. And 3, accountability. My role would be to debate and advocate for my position during deliberation, using evidence and reason. However, once a majority vote is taken, it is then my duty to support it publicly and work together to implement it effectively. Respectful disagreement followed by unified action is key to good governance. Finally, a recent board decision that I felt strongly about was the September 24, 2024 special meeting where the board discussed how it would engage with the community regarding infrastructure needs and pursuing a potential bond. A successful bond requires public trust and transparency. So we would hold listening sessions, we would share data on facility conditions, and explain the benefits and the long-term financial impact for our taxpayers. Here's how I would balance the various factors to determine my approach. Community concern. Community's primary concern is financial management and transparency, meaning we have clear communication, we demonstrate fiscal responsibility, and we have a multi-channel engagement process. Student needs. The most important factor. Students need a safe, healthy, and modern learning environment. Classrooms that are too hot, cold, or overcrowded directly impede learning. Any bond planning must show how each project improves student learning. State and federal law. While the bond campaign itself is a local decision, it operates within a strict legal framework. We would ensure that any bond proposal and its campaign adhere to all state laws regarding ballot language, regarding debt limits, and regarding millage rates. Staff consideration. Our teachers and staff are the ones that work in these buildings every day. They have firsthand knowledge of what isn't working. New facilities boost staff morale and demonstrate that we value their work environment as much as we value our students' learning environment. Engaging with staff and teachers early is crucial in this process. And finally, my personal value. My personal value was centered on fiscal responsibility, educational equity, and transparent governance. I would only support a bond proposal for a community vote if the engagement process proved it was community informed. I want to thank the board. In closing, I want to thank the board for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I admire how you handled your positions with class and professionalism. I've witnessed firsthand the hard work you guys put in, from running a successful campaign to door knocking, to interacting with our community. I want to assure you that I'm not taking this opportunity for granted, as I also value I also value hard work. I don't see this role as a platform for a single issue, but but I see this as an opportunity to serve the students, to serve our teachers, to serve our families and community. Well, with the critical challenges ahead, such as hiring the new superintendent, hiring the president of Henry Ford College, and also managing a bond campaign, my experience means I can step into this role on day one effectively. I am committed to upholding Dearborn's mission to inspire, to educate, and to celebrate every child in this district. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Hammoud. Truly appreciate your time, and thank you for applying. Next candidate is Ms. Silva Alawiya.
Music. Anybody want to sing?
No, not currently. Oh, this is Wahbeh.
Oh, this is Ms. Wahbeh. Is it?
She did call earlier, said.
She's not here.
Yeah,
Okay.
She called earlier and said she wasn't feeling well, but she thought she was gonna.
Okay, sounds good. Then we do have the next candidate is Mr. Wahbeh Nuseibeh. And Mr. Nuseibeh, you have 5 minutes to answer the 5 questions that were provided to you. I'll just give you a fair warning at the 4.5-minute mark. Okay, the floor is yours.
Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to meet with you guys. The first question is, why are you interested in serving on the board of trustees? And what qualifications would you bring? So the main reason I'm interested in serving on the board of trustees because we're at a pivotal role with both Dearborn Public Schools and Henry Ford College. And as a graduate of both Fortson, Dearborn Public Schools, Fortson, the Michael Baird Career Center, and Henry Ford College, and now pursuing my degree in special education at Wayne State University, I know firsthand the challenges that students face within the school systems. Also, my experiences as a registered behavior technician working with children and young adults with autism. And also, I'm an ambassador with the Michigan Disability Rights Coalition that taught me advocacy, inclusion, and coalition building. I believe these skills prepare me to serve effectively as one of the board of trustees. So I've experienced the system both as a student, a graduate, and now as a future teacher. My community advocacy taught me how to listen and collaborate with other individuals. Also, my lived experiences as a person with a disability, it is an important part of how I will bring myself to make decisions on the board. So for the second question, what do you see as the roles and responsibilities of a trustee? For me, I see that the role of a trustee is to set policy, approve budgets, and ensure compliance with the law. And I take that as the most, with everything that we do, we need to make sure that the students are first. And, with that, the law, we have to maintain that we are following the law as strict as possible. we also this board is also serves as a bridge between the schools and the community. So we need to make sure that all stakeholders are part of the are part of who we work with to make our decisions. We also need to, as the board, also need to not make sure that we're looking short term, but we are making long term decisions that affect our students and future students and future stakeholders in the long term. Especially with students, we need to look at how their career paths for higher education and career. So the trustees for me are not individuals who are responsible to set day-to-day operations, but they're about being transparent to the community and making sure that all stakeholders have a say and a word on what's going on with matters that relate to both the college and the school board and the district. So give an example of a recent board decision you felt strongly about, and how would you balance concerns and make your decision? So one board decision that I saw you guys was voted on was about strengthening special education services, and I think that's very important. I feel like sometimes with special education services, kind of stuff gets left out, and as someone who worked with those families, I feel like it's an important thing to make sure that those groups are not forgotten.
30 seconds.
And also, I feel that the board has strongly, with those decisions, have made sure that following the law and the IDA and with the Disabilities Act is one of the things that they put forefront.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Nuseibeh, for applying. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next candidate is Mr. Ramsey Saymuah. Hello, Mr. Saymuah, if I'm saying your last name right.
Saymuah.
You have 5 minutes to answer the questions that were already provided to you. I'll give you just a fair warning at the 4.5-minute mark.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you for your time. So regarding the first question, why am I interested in serving on the board? Well, it's for the students, firstly. As a proud product of William Ford Elementary and a Dearborn High graduate myself and a HFC graduate, I've benefited from the programs that Dearborn Public Schools has to offer, and I think it's about time that I give back. So regarding the specific skills and qualifications that I have an undergraduate degree in construction management and a master's degree in business administration. These two degrees combined are very specific in the nature of the responsibilities of the board, especially regarding the infrastructure concerns that the Dearborn Public Schools are dealing with. We have aging buildings and infrastructure, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and there's constantly change orders and contracts coming in which my expertise would help. Also, I serve civically at the City of Dearborn as a planning commissioner, the vice chair of the planning commission. I have a strategic planning perspective in that regard, which lends well to this board. I also serve as the chairman of the Environmental Commission for the City of Dearborn, where we make decisions to ensure the health of the public and to make positive decisions for the residents and people who visit the city. For the second question, what do I see as the roles and responsibilities of a school board member? Ultimately, it's to preserve and maintain the safety, well-being of the students. That's the primary goal. Everything else is secondary to that. But to be specific, the board, as you are all aware, is in charge of the hiring the superintendent. Recently, the superintendent's been appointed to the state superintendent position, so it's an interesting time for the district, and there's ways where my expertise in construction management and my background would help with that. I'm a project manager with CDPA Architects and Planners for over 10 years. I've managed over $30 million in construction budget, balanced them and delivered them, and assured stakeholder satisfaction. So ensuring that the budget is maintained well is a primary concern. For the final question, a recent board decision in which I felt strongly about, well, there's the issue with the bond and the millage, in which we're trying to do the energy efficiency, in which we're trying to supplement not having a bond, which I suppose works in the short term, and I commend you all for making that decision. But ultimately, it's if it's not pursued in the next ballot, then it's going to be difficult to maintain the buildings in our district. So in my experience of managing budgets and working with the large dollar amounts, I see it as an easy fit for me to contribute in that regard, whether it's infrastructure, budgetary, or the hiring process in general. So in conclusion, I'm a lifelong resident of Dearborn, civically engaged, and plan to stay here for the long haul.
30 seconds.
So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saymuah. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. At this time, we will take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, we'll come back with Ms. Shama Munzer. So let's take a 5-minute recess. Stretch your legs.